Okay, let us see the vegetation. Vegetation cover of the area varies according to the type of landform. In Ganga and Brahmaputra plain, tropical deciduous forests grow along with the teak, sal, and people. It is comes last year. It was reduced from your topic. It was there in Alden syllabus. The different types of forest. So now it is difficult to understand what is deciduous forest. Means the forest which are having they will shed their leaves in the same time. The big hardwood trees we can see. Then they are growing very tall in tall. Then we can see the inside the forest. It will be more or less clean. We can't see like that small shrubs and other things. That is the speciality of the deciduous forest. Then deciduous forest, another one most important speciality, that they will shed the leaves in the same time. If the trees are shedding their leaves in the winter season, all the trees will shed their leaves in the winter season. And some deciduous forest, they are shedding their leaves in the summer season, and all the trees of that forest will shed the leaves on that particular time. Here in India we can see they are shedding their leaves in the starting of the winter season. Then thick bamboos grows are common in the Brahmaputra plain. The delta area is covered with mangrove forest. That is another one type of forest, mangrove forest. Okay, I will explain after the lesson that all the types of forest, then it will be little bit easy to understand. Okay, in the parts of Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, coniferous trees like pine, deodar and fir can be seen because of the climate is cool and in the slope and steep. So we want to study different types of forest first. First one is we are discussing here the tropical deciduous forest, and then second one it is coming mangrove forest. Then next one it is coniferous forest. Now you are it is included in 6th standard lesson, then they excluded that one. Then when you are going to study these details, the different types of forest and its characteristics in 9th standard. So after this explanation of this lesson, I will help you people to understand little bit. Then next one, there is a variety of wildlife in the basin. Then again, how we discuss with the Amazon, like that we want to see the lives of the animals and birds of that insects, like that things in this area. Elephants, tigers, deer, monkey are common, and one-horned rhinoceros is also in the Brahmaputra plain. In the delta area, Bengal tiger, crocodile and alligator are found. Aquatic life abounds in the fresh river waters and the lakes and the Bay of Bengal Sea. The most popular varieties of fish are rohu, katla and hilsa. Fish and rice is the staple diet of the people living in the area. Those who are living in especially in the Bengal region, Bihar region, if you are going, they are depending on paddy and rice and fish. And that we have seen in a history lesson also. Bengal region, even Brahmins, they are using rice. They are having made special law for that, and they are using like that in history we have seen. So we can see different types of animals it is, and living in this area. How we discuss about Amazon, like that different variety, especially Bengal tiger, that is one of the speciality here in Bengal Bihar region as with this Bangladesh area. So that is really what we are saying, like that Bengal tiger is our national animal. But if we are getting question like that, our national animal, you can write tiger, but you want to understand the special tiger, what we mean in our national animal, that is Bengal tiger. The aquatic national aquatic animal, that is the dolphin, that also living in Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers. Then lakes, a source of livelihood, that one case study given. Then Binod is a fisherman living in Matwali, Mawan village of Bihar. He is very happy man today. With the effect of the fellow fishermen, Ravindra and Kishore, Rajiv and others. He cleaned the Mon or the Oxbow lake to cultivate different varieties of fish. The local weed that grows in the lake is the food of the fish, and the land around the lake is fertile. He saw crops such as paddy, maize and pulses in this field. The buffalo is used to plow the land, and the community is satisfied. There is enough fish to catch from the river, enough fish to eat, and enough fish to sell in the market. They have been begun supplied to the neighboring town. The community is living in harmony with nature. As long as the pollutants from the nearby town do not find their way into the lake water, the fish cultivation will not face any threat, because it is totally away from the divided from the river flow, so they won't get any pollution there. Why the community is very happy? Because they are getting enough livelihood. First of all, they are cleaning the weed which is growing in the lake, that is the food of that fish type what they are keeping in the lake, and they are getting enough fish to eat according to their need of that particular community. At the same time, they are selling their fish to nearby market, and around the lake, that also very fertile, they are cultivating different food items what they needed, so they are very happy nowadays. Then the Ganga Brahmaputra plain has several big towns and cities. When it is coming, it is starting from Himalaya and it is reaching to Bay of Bengal. In the way, many cities are there, big cities and towns. The cities like Allahabad, Kanpur, Varanasi, Lucknow, Patna, Kolkata, with all the population of more than 10 lakhs are located along the river Ganga, and not discuss about Delhi and New Delhi. It is not at all given here. And what is the population of Delhi area? Calcutta, it is given, so no problem. That big, one of two metropolitan cities is there in the way of the Ganga Brahmaputra plain. One is the Delhi, another one is Calcutta. That is the two metropolitan cities. Other cities, nowadays again many cities increase. Here it is given very few cities name. If you are going and visiting, you can see in UP other many cities are there, and in MP cities not mentioned, like that it is. Okay, so once again, what is given at least in the textbook we can study, and Delhi and Kolkata you want to study, that is two metropolitan cities, and other cities Allahabad, Kanpur, Varanasi, Lucknow and Patna. These are the major cities, are the headquarters of headquarters cities, like that major cities only given, and population is more than 10 lakh in each and every city. The wastewater from the towns and the industries discharged into the rivers, this lead to the pollution of the river. In Amazon area, same condition, they are cutting the trees in the name of development, road making, aerodrome, like that. Here in India also same condition, we are also throwing our waste, even household waste also, to the river, and because of that one, rivers are very much polluted. And last year in science exhibition time, Sibimani have produced that one, or exhibited that one in our classroom, the pollution of the river. Okay. All other four ways of transport are well developed in the Ganga Brahmaputra based on all four types. What are the different types of transport we have studied already? One is airways, then landways, railway, and next one it is waterways. All types of transportation it is developed. Then with that we can see one major pipeline also, that you now not studied. That also another mode of transportation we have newly emerged transportation, that is pipeline. That also we can see from Assam area to Kanpur area, Varanasi area, we are having one major pipeline. It is coming through 4 to 5 states. So that also we are having. So all 5 types of transportation it is developed in that area. Then in the plain areas of the roadways and railway transport the people from one place to another. The waterways is an effective means of transport, particularly along the river for what purpose? Especially for the industrial purpose, because the iron ore and like that things, coal like that things, transporting through railway or plane, it is very costly, so they are depending on waterways. Then Kolkata is an important port on the river Hooghly. We are having two ports there in Kolkata. The plain areas also have a large number of airports. Delhi airport, then small airports we are not discussing, only three major airports we can see, that is Patna airport, then Kolkata airport, then Delhi airport, like that three major airports we are having. Then railway lines, very nicely developed railway lines are there. If you are looking to the railway map, you can see small lines also, because of the it should connect the each and every industries for that purpose also. Then small airports also are there. Then roadways, number of roads, that also very what we can say, NH with 4 ways 6 ways like that roads also we can see in this area, especially because of it is plain area, it is very easy to construct everything. Only thing, they want to construct many bridges because of presence of rivers. Next one, it is tourism is another important activity of the basin. Taj Mahal on the banks of river Yamuna in Agra, Allahabad on the confluence of the river Ganga and Yamuna, and Buddhist stupas in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, Lucknow with its Imambabra, then Assam with Kaziranga and Manas, and with wildlife sanctuaries, and Arunachal Pradesh with the distinct tribal cultures are some of the places worth a visit. Here we discuss in one paragraph all the major things. Taj Mahal, not only Taj Mahal, the Agra fort, like that many things are there. If you are going to Agra, that is everything made in that side, means the both sides of the Yamuna river, that we discussed in the lesson, history lesson with Shah Jahan and Mughal emperor, in that how they made the constructions, what was the type and how they made their houses and palace, like that things. In that we are discussing with the Yamuna river and its both side from Agra to Delhi area, how they constructed different buildings. It is there in history book. Then the river, both rivers are coming to the Ganga and Yamuna, so it is very important place for especially for the Hindu tradition. They are thinking like that, they are believing that Ganga river is a holy river or sacred river, so and going and taking bath there, and we can see Kumbh Mela and other things in the banks of this Ganga and Yamuna river, and especially in Allahabad area. Then Buddhist people, and they made their stupas and other things, that is in Uttar Pradesh and UP also. Then if you are looking like this total way, it is very few things we will think, and if you are taking one by one detailed way in each and every area, we can see many other places also. Not only this one, the river view itself, it is a good reason for tourism, because we will feel if you are standing in the banks of Ganga, we will feel like that, like in the river we can see the waves, it is coming, that much broad it is. What we are seeing here in Kaveri or Krishna, in front of Ganga river, it is very so small it is. So when you are getting chance, go and visit, and the tribal peoples of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, that area, and the plains and the tea garden, like that things you can visit, natural visit, as well as the monuments and the buildings, constructions, that also you can visit it. By this we are completing the lesson. Then we will continue some of the small points related to lesson, okay, in next video.